Welcome to ATB TV. I'm Darren Dance here with the great one, Peter Morganti, the man that talks to you, gives you the updates, keeps you informed and enlightens your week.
Loves a Darren Dance coffee.
I can make a coffee, Pete.
Yeah,
The great man, Peter Morganti, updates galore. If you're not happy, if you're not getting enough updates, just ring the great man. He'll sort it out.
We'll have a few video updates next week, Darren.
Yep,
so
we've just organised if Pete come out to the farm one day next week, so by this time, probably by Friday next week, you might get some video action on some of the horses that are spelling,
Yep.
and in particular the ones that are going off to the breakers on Monday week. So I think you'll see how some of these yearlings have developed over the last 6 to 8 weeks physically, and we'll bring the farm to you as we continue in this period of lockdown. But the lockdown is easing, but still got the farm locked down because it is dangerous for us. If any of our staff do get sick coming into the following season, we're in all sorts. So we'll be taking a very conservative view, Peter, even probably more conservative than Daniel Andrews.
Mr. Hitler.
So I reckon we're going to finish COVID lockdown and we're going to go into following lockdown. So I think Liz and I are going to be locked up till December.
Jeez, Christmas can't be quick enough, Darren. Just on that, we'll be the last lot of yearlings that go to the breakers too, so that'll be all them through the system.
Yep, these are the last 3, so we'll get them in and get them underway at Brad Pearson's down at Barwon Head. So I'm normally there, for those who don't know, about 7 or 8 weeks, and he's been pretty good on keeping us updated on their progress.
It has been tougher for him. We normally have gone down, and I've done the video, and Brad mentioned that he's been under the pump.
Plus he's locked down himself.
He's got a video on a horse, and it's not probably the best practice. So look, there's 4 there now that haven't had an update, and we'll get something out in the next few days. But they're all going well.
Yeah, well he's adopted the same approach, and that is he can't afford any issues there because this is the time of year that he's flat out breaking horses in. So we basically back the truck in, he unloads it, he loads it, and then we drive off.
All right, see you later.
Don't even wind the window down, he says. But anyway, that's good practice. So it is crucial for people in this business to follow all these rules.
And yeah, obviously with this pandemic, it hits worst, the coldest part of the year, and we're coming to that. And I think that's why there's been the conservative approach from the government.
Very, very scary in our industry, it is. And who knows what's ahead of us as some of these restrictions ease. But anyway, we won't dwell on that anymore, Pete. We've got a few runners to cover off. It looks like there was 5 that went round over the last week, and it looks like there's about 4 to come in the next week. So where do you want to start?
Well, I reckon our 5 all went well, Darren, but we the old no chocolate scenario hit us.
Well, they all weighed in.
Yeah, they all did.
Without getting the major prize.
No, but good results, and probably, hopefully coming winner out of them in the next couple of weeks. We go all the way back to last Friday. We had Captain Harriet Cranbourne. He was very unlucky. Very unlucky. It was just a circumstance. Track where he was drawn. Billy Egan done the best he could, but it just never opened up early enough for him.
Super run.
Yeah.
You watch the race and you think, well, that was a moral beating. Through no fault of anyone's, as you said, but the horse went super. Mitch has done a great job with him. He takes a few runs to get fit and get going into form, but once he gets form, he holds form.
He's honest, isn't he, once he gets it? Yeah.
So I think he's going to time it right because, we've had a beautiful week this week, so there's rain coming next week, so I'm sure Mitch will find the right race. He loves it wet, and they tell us we're going to have a pretty wet June, so he's going to be in and going well at the right time, and I don't think he'll be starting any flash odds next week, Pete, wherever he goes.
I was surprised he was $8 or $9 or $10 early.
Well, someone said they got 15 fixed when it opened.
Oh, there you go. It was better than what I thought, and then was smashed on the night.
Yep,
so
and was unlucky not to collect, but he's flying that.
Always
horse.
Good when the older, when I say older horse, he's not that old, but he's been around a bit. When they put 2 back to back, they're back in form.
We know he's ready to rock and roll.
Yep.
So terrific run, unlucky.
Lord Lennox ran on Wednesday.
Where was that, Pete?
That was at Sale. He backed up from being nosed out at Maui on the Tuesday, so it was an 8-day backup. I was off the chair on the home turn thinking he looked home, but I think it was a case of maybe just not ready for that 1700 to 2200 metre jump, fitness-wise.
Yep.
Or match fitness wise.
Yeah, well, Matt Salon said, it was a good run to run fifth, but he really felt the run in the last 200. Now, I think we've said many times before, horses first go 2,000, it does find them out a bit in the prep. You can get them as fit as you want, but until they go around on that track and get that run under their belt, they jump, leapfrog forward. So don't be scared to have something on him wherever he goes next start. He'll be seasoned and conditioned.
I remember a certain trainer we used to have a lot to do with always says when a horse gets to 2,000, back in the second time he runs over that trip.
And I reckon that bloke knew what he was talking about, and I reckon the original guy called Bart Cummings used to say the same thing. And I've proven right more often than it's proven wrong.
It's almost like a footballer. 4 weeks into the year he's okay, but 10 weeks into the year he's hard. You can take anything that's been thrown at him. So that was Wednesday. Yesterday we don't like the synthetic tracks.
We're not a fan.
We do tell them, but we probably don't like it anymore after 2 seconds yesterday. But both horses pleased, both mares, Miss 10,000 ran second at her second start. Just got a little bit, what would you call it, 200 out when that big horse and the winner come up out. So almost intimidated. She rolled to the fence. Yeah,
when Jamie Carr, I thought rode her okay, but you could always see that Matt Kamani's horse was just going to follow her. And Matt Kamani's horse was always going to peel to the outside of us. And as soon as that happened, a big, imposing, strong, experienced gelding, you could just see our horse shy away from it and just lose momentum. And then before you knew it, we were a couple of lengths astern. And
race was over.
And she done well to find the line and get me to lengthen a bit.
She picked up when she could.
You could just see
follow her.
If she had been the one on the outside, she
Yeah.
might have been the one quickening. But just probably through no fault of anyone's, just probably got outrode on the day. And the more experienced horse won. It was odds on, I think, Pete, or even money.
It wasn't much between them.
Our filly's had 2 starts for 2 wins. She's out of an Oaks winner. She's a half to a champion. Bourbon won about 5 million. None of the family really come good to their 5. So look, I think the Mara and Eustace team have done a good job with her. I think we're just going to try and win a race with her and put her out and let her season and build up, and her time will be in the next 12 months.
We just listened to that report, and if they can find a mile race, and I'd love it to be on turf, which there is a Ballarat option, but the weather's going to dictate that. But
she's
nice
going
filly
along
going
nice,
the right way.
and she's a lease filly, and as I said, she's out of an Oaks winner, and she's a half to Boban. The owners want to breed with her, so our job is to get her winning and get a city win out of it. And I'm sure that'll come in the next 12 months.
Here to Fox was the other mare we were talking about. Just her race pattern, and I think the run the winner got was why she ran second. She was beaten well, but she beat the rest easy enough. Came from worse in midfield. I don't know what she was beaten, a couple of lengths, I suppose.
Yeah, the winner won the hand counter, but look, she's been up a long time. She's done a pretty good job. She hasn't the weather's probably just beaten her because she's not a wet tracker. But I thought, on a track that doesn't favour those back markers, I thought she ran quite well. I think Mitch Freeman's done a good job with her. I think going forward, she probably at some point has to go to the paddock and come back later in the year. But it would be nice if we could get greedy and pinch a win with her, because she is knocking on the door, and it always makes it easy to go to the paddock on a winning note.
Billy Egan's suggestion was that he thought she had another win in her.
And probably the positive, Pete, is that she handles the synthetic. So,
which a lot don't.
We get a few options there.
She handles it because she's back in the field competent. And to run through it, she's tough,
She's tough like her owners, Pete. There's a few tough owners.
A few tough owners. More ways than one. Today, about 2 hours ago, we had Passaggio run at Geelong, finished 4th again. He was 4th the other day at Cranbourne, stepped up in trip.
What'd you think of the 700?
I thought exactly the same as I thought that Cranbourne was going to run last. Noel Callow's post-race was he was intimidated amongst horses once he got through that.
Do we want to show the post-race?
Well, we've got a lot of characters in the racing game that don't give you much, whether it's truth or lies, but Noel is a breath of fresh air, always a smile.
He's always upbeat, isn't he?
They're always upbeat. I love the little thanks Darren at the end of all the interviews. So just have a look at that.
he had a nice run, but not for him, because when that horse, Craig News, sort of sat outside in 3 deep, he just got off the bit. He wasn't gone. He just sort of didn't like being, in there. Anyway, he just sort of slowly made ground, but I don't know what Griffo's going to do with him, but my advice is he goes to I know he's Vobis horse and gets all those bonuses, but hopefully there's one of them on a Saturday provincial over 2,000 and he'll be winning. That's about it. So, but if I rode him again or whoever I rode him, I'd rather probably be outside the leader, just so he's not cluttered up, just be in there, free air, and then go when you want to go. But you'll see him probably from the 700 to the turn. I'm scrubbing him. He, like I said, he wasn't gone, but he's just claustrophobic in there because he had a couple of sandwiches. So anyway, provincial ones, get the cash 2,000. Thanks, Darren.
Beautiful.
So there you go.
He's,
horse was intimidated. Can win a race.
And see you later.
Go to a Saturday meet and cash in and see you later.
Run away. Thanks, Darren.
But
Thanks, Noel.
As you watched the race, you were right. You just thought, gee, this horse is gone.
Yeah. No, look, he's got a maiden win in him, over 2,000, and unless he won that by panels, you'd be really thinking about what we do with that horse. But
yeah. And the way I think he suggested, whether it was him or someone else, a good strong rider, up outside the leader, just leave it all, no doubts.
We're not asking for much.
Good rider, strong rider. Anyway,
we'll find a race.
We'll find something in the next. He's the kind of horse that could probably run in 7 to 10 days again.
True.
So we had a 2 seconds, a third, a fourth, and a fifth.
They all weighed in without getting the big one.
No, little checks, not big ones.
Right. So what are we going to do tomorrow, Pete?
We've got Connery at Caulfield in a benchmark 84, so up in grade, down to the minimum.
Yeah, at Caulfield. So what would that track be?
Well, with the weather we've had and the drying winds, I would say it'd be a good 4, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
4 or 5?
What price do you reckon he is?
That I don't know either.
No, I don't.
I don't like barrier 1. That's one thing I do know.
So, what's Archie saying?
I haven't heard the pre-race.
No, I haven't either.
No.
There probably hasn't been one.
Maybe that's why.
What, do you know what race he's in? How far is it?
It's
mile
16.
I'll just look this
Well
up.
prepared.
Here we go. Race 7, 325. Connery.
It's probably
$15.
I was going to say probably $20 because it
Good
is
fall.
up in
I
grade.
wonder if he's going to run him.
Maybe
that's why he's ringing.
He's trying to ring us, Archie, and maybe that's why he might
Maybe he wants
scratch.
to scratch.
Is there rain in the next 24 hours? I know there is.
No rain till Sunday night.
The drier track and gate 1
Few
and
negatives.
up in grade, like we like this little tick the box scenario, don't we? I reckon
Got a few things against him.
Yeah.
Anyway, stay tuned. Whether he runs him or he doesn't.
Put it this way, if it was gate 5 and it was a slow 7, we'd be going there with an each way home on his last
I
run.
suppose it'll come down to what other options he's got.
Yeah.
If there's another race for him, or he's got to go around here in.
We are still early in his preparation, fitness-wise too. So
we'll have a talk to him after this.
Yep.
And let the owners know what he's thinking.
Monday we have a first starter.
Yep.
With actually be your first ever runner with Anthony Freeman.
It will be.
Yeah.
2-year-old filly by Sebring that came out of the Easter sale called Sea Princess.
I reckon he had a Sebring winner earlier today,
Did he?
or somewhere, or maybe it was yesterday.
So she is going to the synthetic, Pete.
Yeah. against all our principles, Darren.
And who's riding? Jai McNeil.
Yeah, we've got Jai from gate 5. 1200, interesting.
Long
First
time
up.
since Jai's ridden a winner for us.
That's a good question. Well, that's a statement, but it'd be a good...
I reckon he's still on his P plates.
Would it be Mr. Moneybags?
Probably.
Well, that's 18 months ago.
He's had a few outs.
Yeah. And he's leading the premiership, I think.
Is he?
Yeah, from Daniels. There's the top of the table. This is Victorian wide, not Metro. It goes Jai, Daniel Stackhouse, John Allen and Dean Yendall together.
Dan Yandel, he's always up there.
Yeah,
Where's Linda Meach?
no, so she hadn't ridden for about 6 weeks. She's taking a sabbatical.
Oh, she's
So
having
I
a
don't know
break.
what- Yeah.
Oh, right.
And she was there. And prior to that, Harry was up there, but he's on his farm hiding.
In isolation.
In isolation.
For health
So,
reasons.
but they're 4
Okay.
different names.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, Yandell's always.
Johnny Allen up there, he'd have a pretty good strike rate, I think.
86 winners on the flat this year, Johnny.
I bet you he's got a great strike rate.
I bet he's got a good bank balance. some Group 1s in amongst that lot too.
Don't see him on any of ours, Pete.
Just going back to that, at Hamilton last Tuesday, Michael Rod rode a winner for Lindsay Smith.
Is that right, Michael Rod?
First ride at Hamilton ever.
Is he back from overseas?
Yeah, because of the Singapore
that shut
lockdown.
down.
Yeah. In that race was Newitt, Group 1 winner, Rod, Melbourne Cup winner, and Coxblade winner, Yendall, Group 1 winner, and Brad Brawiller, multiple Group 1 winner. 4 Group 1 jockeys on a Tuesday at Hamilton in the one race.
And do you think there was any Group 1 horses in that race?
No. Lead ponies.
Oh, that's harsh.
Actually, Spicer's won it with a first starter. Anyway, and I didn't miss it in the punt either, so but that was his only ride. Would he have flown there or driven?
No, that drive. They'd all go to. Well, I don't know if they go together, would they?
Well,
I suppose you get 4 in the back seat. They'd be still 1.5 metres apart.
And the one driving's on a cushion.
That's it.
Ah dear. Anyway,
Right.
when we get lost there,
So,
see Princess. Yeah.
First starter, yeah, she's trialled up okay.
Stable, happy with her.
They seem happy with her. You never know what you're going to get first up.
No,
But he's a good trainer, and they seem to have a knack of producing them when they're ready. So, all eyes will be glued to racing.com on Monday.
We haven't had much on a Monday in a while, so it'd be nice to kick off the week.
So we'll just
Positive note, maybe.
All right.
Question mark.
2-year-old filly having a first start.
Yep. We don't have a lot of 2-year-olds race, do we?
No, well, we don't.
No.
We've got a couple that are, I think there's a couple with Mick Price that are due to race in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
There'll be a couple there going around.
Of course, we're at the back end of the season. So Tuesday at Warrnambool, Bull, we have 2 runners in the one race.
Lovely.
Both into a benchmark 58-1700. We've got one that's been, one run in about 18 months, which is Penthouse Playboy. We'll kick off with him. Pat Ryan now training down basically on the Golden Sands of Killarney.
The Killarney windswept plains.
Yeah, windswept plains, and that would have been nice down there the last month.
He's one of the few trainers that have got a licence there that he can train on that beach. So
Cool.
that's why the horse is there.
Heritage licence, they call it.
Karamara actually recommended that the horse go to Pat to be trained on the beach to try and get him over his little issues and get him fit and well. So he's kicking off. He had a run at Colac, which he didn't disgrace himself.
That was good.
And since then, he's just had a few little. I think he might have had a jumps trial, and he sort of hurt himself.
I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
So we've got him. It's taken us a long time to get him over that, but anyway, Pat seems to be happy with him.
Yep.
And whilst he'll probably need this run, but it'll just nice to see what he does.
I think he's like, all I can do now fitness-wise, and it's a matter of getting the race miles into his legs now.
So you may think he might need a couple.
Well, he said, is he going to be able to really keep up over 1700? But we've got Laura Lafferty on. He's got 62 and a half. I think Laura claims
9.
from a.
To be a winning chance, we need to claim 9, please.
She comes from a famous racing family there. I don't know if she claims 2.5 or 1, but she'll take a little bit of weight off his back.
The Laffertys, they are warnable.
They are one.
They're in front of the Gleasons.
In front of the Gleasons.
Oh yeah, the Laffertys. Yeah.
Right, well in front, I'd say. Hey?
We'll have to ask Roger.
Yeah.
He'll know.
Laura's ridden him in work, so she knows him a little. The other is our last start winner, and actually last ATP winner, Serious Deal.
Yep. Matt Kamani. Is he hot?
Oh,
I know your wife thinks he is.
Why?
Is he in hot form?
she actually listens to. I always have it on loudspeaker. Matt sings and just sit. You can see him sit there and drawl and listen to his voice.
Well, mate, he's got to be the most informed trainer in the state.
Well,
I don't know how many winners he's had in the last month, but I'd say every second horse has won.
I had a little story from the Hamilton paper last week when Hamilton races were on, and he had 9 from his last 19 runners or something.
He's hit a perfect.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
And not just in the bush either, like city winners.
But he did say to me, probably back in April, around Easter time, that he had changed the way he was training in Australia, based on obviously his English background, coming here and having to, I guess, carry on the way he'd been taught.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he's kind of looked and maybe seen what other people did or seen
Integrated
the
the whole
results
lot.
and got used to training off the hill track.
Yeah.
And he said openly said we train totally different now than the way we did a year ago. And I thought, fair enough. And then all of a sudden, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They just win it, everything.
He
The horses just seem to settle and travel and find the line.
and not scared to make a decision on a horse based on that horse solely. Just well, here's a case example.
Well, I think Serious Deal's a great example of
Yeah.
where he summed it up, that the horse goes, he's probably bred to run 2,000, but he goes too keen to be
Yeah.
competitive over 2,000, so puts him in a 700 or 1800, lets him roll along, charge along, and then he kicks away and wins.
Yeah.
So he put a lot of thought into it,
Yeah.
even down to the fact that that track would suit. And I'm interested here to see that he's going to Warrnambool Tuesday, where it's probably going to be wet, and it's probably going to favour the on-pace horses.
Yeah.
And once again, I think he's probably made the right choice on terms of distance and track.
And Jaden, look, he wanted to get young Rawilla on, but obviously
Yep.
you can't always get the kids. Got Jaden Lloyd on, still claims. From 10, he's probably going to be forced just to roll forward a little. So, look, at 1,700 at Warrnambool, we always know that they don't loaf.
No.
And that,
No, they get along there,
Get along,
and
so-
I would have thought he'd be a winning chance.
oh, absolutely. Like, he's basically, he's only going to carry 1.5 kilos more than Warren Bill in the same class. And like, he gets out at 50 metres early, he wins by about 4 lengths at Warren Bill. Like, he really gave him a towel.
Makes his own luck.
Yeah, it might be a little bit stronger being a Tuesday, midweek, but look, horse is in great form, and I'd expect a real good run, if not close to winning again.
So they're our runners up until Tuesday, and obviously we don't know what's going on
Sandown's
after
Wednesday,
that.
I'm not sure whether
Can't think
Mitch
of
is
what
looking
could-
at Captain Harry maybe, but that'd
Not
be a
sure.
10-day backup.
And then obviously the following weekend we've got runners in town with Serious Suspect.
Well, I
and-
think we mentioned last week we had 11 horses actually racing. There's 9 there, so there can't be too many left in the box.
but there's a few that are about to debut.
Yeah,
So.
yep.
No, that's all good. Well, and righto, so it's time now to talk about the punting
The tipping.
and the tipping comp. So what happened last week?
We actually got 3 equal leaders.
Oh, have we?
By memory now. I actually didn't write it down.
What are we going to do there? Because there's only one prize.
But we haven't finished, Darren.
No, well, we don't know how long this could go for.
Yeah, is it a complete lockdown, open the doors, or is it whenever we...
It's locked down by my definition.
We'll just wait for the right leader.
Yeah.
No, we got John Rose.
John Rose.
Yeah, he was leading outright, so he slipped a little. Maureen caught up to him again, Maureen
Right.
Clues. But old Sideshow Bolt has slipped up there.
Yeah.
So there's, I
Three
think, 3 on
suspects.
60.
Gee.
Might be Phil Cunningham on 55, and then there's a couple others in the 50s, and then there's a bit of a drop back to us average tipsters.
There's about 5 standouts.
At the moment, yeah.
And if
And one of our best bets was a $61 fixed winner.
really?
Jackie Brown, Mr. Moneybags owner. He labelled his best bet Sava Heat with Mick Price,
Wow.
$61.
He should have got 30 points for that.
I just think he gets first prize. See you
Did
later.
Darren Weir used to train that?
Yeah,
horse?
had him for his 3-year-old years.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He used to race in the yellow and red.
Yeah, that's him. And he
Now I
had.
see they must have sold it. Mick Price's group must have bought it.
Yeah.
So I see Beetroot Williams has got a share. Mick
Yeah,
Price, Shona
Shona's,
Bruce.
yeah, I noticed
That
a
was
few
their
others.
first city winner.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and
I just
it
thought it
was
yeah. Anyway.
knocked off my choice. I had Duke of Plumpton of Paddy's.
Oh,
That was
yeah,
my
you're a
best
bit
bet.
stiff there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing though, Liz plays. She gets pretty antsy. Like when they get beat, she doesn't cop it too well.
No, there would have been a lot going off though. It was a bit like the week before because there was a few that stood out. They got rolled again.
Yeah.
So
She wasn't happy with it. Liz wasn't happy with a couple of the rides.
about 11 o'clock, I see Liz's email come through, and then I answer with my tips. And yeah, we're not.
She was really proud of herself because she didn't fall into Sochi Bon again. She
Yeah.
was going to take it the time at 1 and changed her mind, and then she
Yeah.
said, "No, I'm banning that horse." So when it got beat, she was quite happy. But tell you what, there was a couple of jockeys there that she copped a pacing, copped a pacing on our TV, and a couple of runs she just thought weak,
Is it?
weak horse.
Labelled it.
Yeah, so
Back sack and crack in
oh
the
mate,
sack box.
she takes it very seriously.
It's
Like, she actually rang me and said the first leg of the quaddy's on in 10 minutes. Are you coming in to watch it with me? And I was trying to work, so I had to come in and watch it. And then 5 minutes later, she's finished abusing the TV, and I said, "Well, I'll be back in half an hour." So
Episode 2 of the
I think a lot of people are stuck to the TV for those 4 races.
Is that-
Did I read somewhere that punting turnover in April was up 44%?
This is amazing. People locked away.
44%.
locked away with their phones.
Be interested to see what May's up.
Imagine the bank transactions have been happening lately.
The credit cards be getting a flogging on those.
Well, the biggest winners out of this, the TAB is the biggest loser, unless they had, Candles and new Candles, but the corporates.
Yeah, the corporates.
Absolutely, they reckon they're killing it.
Because TAB, you can't go into a TAB and put your money in, can you?
No. I mean,
So
you can do it all
on your credit card, but you've got to have it set up.
But see, because they only offer super tab odds, but you go to the corporates, you get the 3 stakes or 3 different totes and the best of and all that. And they don't advertise much, the TAB, whereas the others do. And they've taken, I don't know what the figures are, but their numbers have gone through the roof. I think Sportsbet was saying that, the best numbers ever.
Well, I know I've stuck to my guns.
You haven't had a bet?
Not through lockdown, no.
Did you do it well?
Yeah, I just thought, no, I'm not going to have a bet during lockdown.
Yeah, I've still been having a few bets, but no success.
No, well, it was either give up drinking or give up betting.
I've given up it all.
And it is it Ramadan?
I haven't had a drink since before Christmas.
Haven't you?
No.
Not a drink?
Not a beer.
Not an alcoholic drink at all?
No, not a beer. I've had a couple of scotches.
Right.
So that's nearly 6 months.
Wow. Imagine when you have 2 beers.
So now
Next time when you have 2 beers, I'm going to get you on ATV. You won't know what you're doing.
If I give up, that's gone, and give up bet,
Life's
might
over.
save some money.
Life's over. Got to have some vices.
No, well the drink, it's funny because I've had a few little thingos and there's a few foods that were not agreeing with me.
But you're looking well.
Beck threw them all into one cocktail dinner. It was like a reef and beef where the fish...
Everything you weren't supposed to have.
Anyway, next day I got out of bed and I could walk.
I was
okay.
Yeah.
I was okay. So I said to Beck, I should have threw half a dozen stubbies in with that as well and got it all done in one hit.
Yeah.
But
That's
all
good you're on top of it. All right, well, let's wrap it up there. Short and sweet this week.
What's your...
Angel Lace got sold on the online sale, so
yeah.
she's moving to a new home.
Yep.
She kind of reached a mark here. So, in terms of my best going forward, I'm going to go the first starter, Sea Princess. I'd love to see her win.
I'm the same. I would, but I'd tell you, I'd love to see the picket fence start for Serious Steel.
I'd like to see
that'd be a great result.
I think it'd be good for those owners. They've been long, loyal supporters of ours for probably, I don't know, maybe 15 years.
Yeah.
And they're in serious suspect. It'd be good to see Serious Deal get the money for them.
Of course, the Guthries are amongst that. We might get another video on Twitter with them abusing the jockey at the 200 and then praising him 200 metres later.
Someone said when Serious Deal won, we heard the video, and on the Monday, 7 houses in their street all had for sale signs going up. Because they thought someone was getting murdered.
They're moving.
They thought someone was getting murdered in the street. So the Guthries, I believe all the houses around you are for sale because you're just making too much noise. But isn't it good to see them enjoy it so much?
Well, the job's, about getting owners involved, but when you see them celebrate like that, you know they're in for the right reason.
Yep. All right, well on that note, if you reckon you need an update and you haven't had one, Peter's sitting around with not a lot to do, so annoy him. Till next week, I'm Darren Dance with Peter Morganti.
And the weather's good, Phil.